So now let's see Child in Time.
Child in Time.
I remember really liking this track when we did this. And did you know this one before?
Yes, I knew the version of Yngwie Malmsteen.
Oh, that's right. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember we did the video together, but I couldn't remember if you knew the song in the video. But that was the thing. You knew the song, but not this.
I didn't know the original.
Version,
and I think this obviously is the original is way superior. But the Yngwie version is pretty good, you know. Yeah. But I mean,
okay,
you can't compare it.
Child in Time.
That Hammond.
Nice. I like that soft.
Like Pink Floyd, huh? Ooh, he's playing some Japanese scales there.
Mm-hmm. Very much. Yeah, good catch.
That's very sweet.
Sweet child in time, you'll see the line that's drawn between the good and the bad.
It's very low, huh?
I think it's meant to be like.
Blind man, he's shooting at the world. The bullets flying, they're taking it all. If you've been bad, Lord, I bet you have, and you've not been good.
Wow, the lyrics.
I know. Yeah, so right now
Wow.
I'm picturing this too in Japan, like playing this, you know, knowing the history and everything, and knowing my grandfather was in World War II in Japan, not in Osaka, but, you know, he was there. And it's a country that suffered war, just like others have. And yeah, it was brave, I guess, of them to play this. I don't know, because it was not.
I mean, if they played in Germany,
I know. Yes, this is true.
Or Russia, or I mean, yeah. You know, I think all countries that have been involved in a war, like I mean, on their soil, is I guess yes, it's a little bit harder to just remember. You know, Germany, Japan, Vietnam. You know, the Middle East, like. Luckily, you know, the U.S. have never had a conflict within the country. I mean, yes.
Well, the Civil War.
Yeah. But like, you know, like a world war of like against another nation, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, good observation. It's just like, and I don't know what the lyrics are about, you know, if it's about World War II. But it's flying bullets and you better close your eyes. That's pretty freaking deep. Yeah.
It's intense. Okay.
But yeah, love it.
Better close your eyes. You better bow your head.
Wait
for the ricochet.
I didn't
like
know
the
this.
drumming, very like leading up.
The bass.
I know.
I didn't know that the song was about
Me
war.
neither. The solo. I can picture it.
What's going on?
So much.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
nice. Wow.
I love that it goes back to that.
And the silence. You can pause if you want.
This was amazing. So what I love about this, I would have loved to be a musician in this time, because I think that nowadays, like, technique is so crazy that nobody, like, it's almost too much, and people have like stopped like appreciating a guitar player like this. Don't you think?
Like, are you saying that now people play with more technique than feeling?
Yes.
Or
I mean, when you listen to the solo, I love how raw it was, and it was, you know, it had a little bit of everything. It had a little bit of classical, you know, sounding, you know, scales, you know, and the blues scale, and it was just very raw, and just, and you could hear that he had such a blast playing this. He was just completely improvised, and then he went back to the which is part of the original. But I love that people appreciated this so much back in the day, because now you can pretty much post something like this on YouTube, and 8,000 other people have posted it already better. So it's like that's like, it's almost like when this thing happened, like video killed the radio. Remember
Yeah.
that song?
Yeah, video killed the radio star.
It's like literally like YouTube killed like the rock star, because there's all these people and children even, you know, that play like this. And so it's basically now nothing
It killed
special.
the magic, maybe, of what he was doing. Is like, oh, it's not
I can
that hard.
obviously I can appreciate it, and I think nobody will really play like Richie Blackmore. He's unique, but I mean, people can
imitate.
and yes, they might even do it better or cleaner or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. It's like I would have loved to see this when it happened, and only one person in the world could play this
At that
because it was not being shared.
Yeah, who
like-
knows? Maybe there were other kids
Oh,
in
I'm
their
sure
living
there
rooms.
were, but they were not being recognized.
You couldn't see them, and
Yeah,
now
yeah.
all they have to do is
yeah,
put
yeah,
this here.
That's what I'm
you know,
talking
and
about.
then-
So I'm not taking Richie Blackmore's genius away, because he is a genius, because he wrote it.
Yeah.
So other people can play it, but they didn't write it. But I just would have. I can't imagine what people were thinking when they heard that. They were like, "Wow,"
Yeah,
you know. And
yeah.
that's I wish I could see that nowadays. And yes, there's some stuff that sometimes I see and that's new, and I'm like, wow, I'm just blown away.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think the perception of a human being in 72 after hearing this was
It was a
different.
lot like a cleaner slate. There was
Yeah.
less
There was less to
to be amazed
Compared
by
with
and to
and-
compare by.
Yeah.
Yes. And now it's like, oh, if you hear a new band, Dragon's Breath
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever,
yeah. That's a good example.
do this, you're going to be like, oh, I heard that in the 70s. That sounds like
Yeah.
Richie Blackmore.
Yeah,
But in the
exactly.
70s, you were like, oh,
Wow.
wow.
And
this
then
sounds
people
like nothing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and like, oh, that's like stuff that Beethoven or Bach would play on the, you know, on the in a violin concerto,
Yeah.
and he's doing it on the electric
Yeah.
guitar. And then
Exactly.
other people, you know, like Yngwie Malmsteen start copying him, and it's,
Yes.
you know, but I just wish I could have seen this when it came out. It must have been mind-boggling
Yeah.
to hear
Yeah,
this.
I
you
know.
And it still is, you know, just like we have heard so much that obviously it's not the same.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, but a band like Deep Purple is just like, they're pioneers. That's what's so wonderful. So I'm sure these people in the audience were just like, they must have been like, wow, this was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's
but
pretty cool.
yeah, just a thought, you know. So let's keep going.
Okay. I love that Deep Purple has the keys.
Yeah.
It's so much. It adds so much.
It is Deep Purple because of the keyboard.
And I never, you know, until now.
The volume.
Sweet child in time, you'll see the line that's drawn between the good of us and the bad of us. See the blind man shooting at the world, the bullets flying. They're killing everyone. If you've been bad, Lord, I bet you have. And you've not been hit. You've not been hit by flying lead. You'd better close your eyes. You'd better bow your head. Wait for the ricochet.
That's crazy. You know what a ricochet is?
Yeah.
A bullet when it.
When it comes back.
So once that is over, you're safe. It's insane. That bass.
I know, so good. pretty
is
cool.
new. Bass flip. Amazing.
I like that last part.
So I can't believe we've only been sitting here 30 minutes
know.
and 2 songs. So we have to stop talking. We will stop talking. We will still react, but we can't talk as much because
I know right now I was going to say, don't pause it, just let it go.
yeah. But just one thing about those screams, I love how painful they sound.
Oh, yeah.
Like the intention is there. It's about pain.
Yes.
It's about suffering. It's about being scared. And
Yes.
I love how
It comes through.
it is totally.
It does.
It's
now that we read
terrifying.
the lyrics,
It's terrifying.
right? Yeah.
The way he just goes like literally an octave higher, I don't know how much, but he's like at this already like amazing falsetto. And then he's just like, I think it's like 4 notes higher. But
Amazing.
it's so amazing. This song is a masterpiece,
I agree. And this is a great version. I remember loving the original version, but this is something too. And I really like that end part where it sounded like, and then
So good.
what he was saying and just cool. It's
Yeah.
cool because it makes
So
you feel
good.
like you're there,
Yeah.
So I guess that's what's cool about listening to live albums, that you really...
They also played literally better.
Yeah.
Like they're so good. These guys, like they're on a different level. Like this must have been like, to be a musician like that in the 70s. People were looking at you like gods.
Yeah.
Like remember that
Or
movie?
devils.
Yeah.
All the
Because I was thinking, wow, if somebody was like in their teens listening to this, okay, they were born in the 50s. And then their parents must have been like maybe 30 years older. So they were born like the 20s. Oh my God. If you listen to this and you were born in 28 or 30, you must have been like, what is this devil's music?
Yes,
and these people went to World War I and World War II,
Yeah.
And to hear screaming coming out of your child's room, I would be like disturbed.
I know, because it had never been heard before.
Yeah.
So
it was just very unique because
it was
I
like,
think
my son is listening to this music.
devil's music. The devil's
He asked me to buy him the CD with this horns on the cover, like not CD, by LP,
LP.
Okay, let's do it. Smoke on the Water.
So Smoke on the Water.